Right. Hey, good morning, guys. We'll get started here just in a few minutes. I'm gonna get me some music set up here. All right, let's go ahead and get started, guys. Happy New Year. Today is the 31st, 2021. I hope you're ready for 2022. Let's go ahead and get started. So I do have a focus list this morning. We're going to keep it really nice and tight. It is a zero DTE, meaning days till expiration. All right, so that means that most likely the strikes that I pick are going to expire today. All right. So because of that, just be very careful. What I'll be doing is concentrating on the spies, the Qs, the SPY Qs, SPX, and Tesla. All right. And if any of those give me a buy or sell signal, we'll be checking those out. Now, the biggest thing is I want to be above the cloud on my time frames here if I'm going to take a buy signal. And then if I'm going to go short, we're going to have to be underneath the cloud. All right. Let's look at the big picture first. Also, I am looking at gold this morning. Sorry, I should say that very clearly. I will be looking at gold. All right. So let's pull this up and let's look at the ES futures. Very important. This is my driver. All right. So this guy has to be bidding, or, if I'm looking at the call side, I need to make sure that my blueprint is in line with everything else that I'm doing for today. So this blueprint has been awesome. We've used it for how long? Like a week and a half. We pulled up into the trim or take profits area. We basically went sideways all week. All right. And then we made just a new pivot high. But if you notice, we did not go over the 48.0175 that I continued to talk about over the week. All right. We did make a new pivot high, but we couldn't get over that. And yesterday, I also said if we break over that 48.0175, I'm looking for the 0.8 by 17 level. Unfortunately, last night we started to break down, and as soon as we broke that level here, I went ahead and went short. Actually got in short at 47.64, I believe. I covered at 52. That looked like it was right in time because you could see our low here was 50. All right, so not bad for a quick short. That kind of got me in trouble. I was supposed to be going over to my mother-in-law's house for dinner, and I was sending out a tweet, and then last minute things just went straight down. So, I had Ashley in the background. Hey, baby, we got to go. And I'm like, no, 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 the market's pulling back. So here we are. We are in the cloud. All right. This is the bigger picture on the 4 hour. It's starting to round out a little bit. And that's really important for today because this could be a nice little buy the dip opportunity here, again, going into the new year. Now, you do have the bond market closing early, which, we don't want to stick around very long. We want to be here for about 60 to 90 minutes. That's where most of the money is made. And then for your swings, you just want to manage those. Okay, so again, rounding bottom, we're still in the red box, and what we've done is we've created range into today. And what I mean by that is we have the pivot high up here, we have some trendy levels up here, we have targets, and now we've created that range, so we can now move up towards this top again. Okay, now far as precautions, precautions are we're still in the cloud. I am getting a buy signal on my scripts here on the 4-hour, but please understand on the 4-hour, we need to wait for that candle to close. Okay, so things could turn around and this green arrow go away, but for right now, I am getting a buy signal. All right. As far as today's range is concerned, I'm looking for a top. I'm going to say 4,800. I'm just going to go with the crowd on that because it's a round number. But my scripts say 4,790. And then to the downside, we could see 4,733. Okay. So 4,733 by 4,790 is my expected range into today. All right. So now that we got the ES futures out of the way, let's go ahead and move into the SPY. All right, so let's go ahead and look. All right, so here's the SPY. I've already set up my alerts to let me know when we get buy and sell signals. I don't need to be looking at the chart. So not necessarily when I take this trade will that chart be in front of you, but they're all set up. All right, and then they get sent to me here at my screens. Okay, but this is how I have today set up. I have a 5, a 3, and a 1. I want to be very clear for anyone that might be watching that's new. I am not like primarily a scalp trader at all. I love my swings. We're in equity, we're in swing trades, but on 0 DTE, this is my setup. Okay. So I'm going to be using these lines, these levels as targets and support. These are in line with supply and demand. And right now you can see on the SPY, we're holding this purple level here. This is really important. This is again 5, 3, and then 1. We're not above the cloud here. I'd like to see price start to move over 47622 before I start getting serious. I want to see buy signals over here. It's that straightforward. Okay, so as soon as I start seeing some buy signals, then I'll be a little bit more bullish on this. If I end up taking equity, okay, I'll take starters and then on confirmation, I'll add into those. Or let me go ahead and show you what that looks like. So if for some reason I get a buy signal over here, I'll go ahead and start because we're not over my levels. Okay, and let's say that price continues to push up. I'll bring stops up, and then I'll add in, and then we'll be looking to take this trade into 477.24 and possibly right here into 478.21. That is SPY. Stops will be pretty tight just because I do expect these levels to hold. And if they're not going to hold, I don't want to sit there and watch it go down anymore. Let's go ahead and move on over to the Qs. Same exact way, folks. On this, we have the 5, 3, and 1. What I'm looking for here is we are above the cloud on every single one of these. See how nice that looks, right? So this looks really good. Let's go ahead and turn these edges on. All right, so there's our levels here on the left side. You can see my target up here right now would be 40105. So it's a pretty tight range. All right, pretty tight range, but just like the SPY, we've created quite a bit of range here. All right, so your next target above that is going to be 402.60. Your support right now is 399.5. Again, this is what things are looking like. All right, on the 3, the 5, and the 1. All right, so next I want to be looking at gold. So I'm actually really interested in gold. Okay, and I almost bought this pre-market, but I said, I don't want to get a head start on anyone. So we're just going to keep it, we're going to keep it on watch here. We'll be waiting for buy signals. I did get some buy signals this morning. You can see I got one here and I got one there. So sorry, right here and right there. All right, but notice that price pulled and push, sorry, right into what we call the accelerator. All right, and so this is what's supposed to happen. Anything on my chart that's above price, we look for price to reject. So I kind of like this setup. Okay, again, buy signals. Okay, right here into the accelerator, we reject. We come back to the cloud, and now what I'll be looking for on open is to see if we get that buy signal, and then I want to stay in this trade as long as we can stay above these clouds. Okay, pretty straightforward. All right, so we have Ashley in the house as well. She'll be trading with us. Up there you can see all that ash. That's her name. I love that name. Oh man, I love it. Anyways, so here we are, checking things out. I can't wait. I hope you're excited for today. This should be pretty straightforward. Obviously, we'll be looking at SPX as well. Okay, let's get Chewy out of here. I'm going to put SPX on here. And let's make sure these are all set up right. So I want a 5-minute here as well. I don't know about you guys. What do you guys have planned tonight? Anybody doing anything? You guys doing all right? Do you have family in town? Like, what's your plan for the New Year's? We have our neighbors here are wanting to put something together. What are we doing? Ashley is like a charcuterie. I have such a hard time saying that. Yeah. 5, 3, and let's do one over here. I know it sounds crazy, right, guys? 1 minute and 2 minute signals, but man, do they work really well. All right, so we got the SPX up there. I want everything in order. So, for me, what do I trade? What do I want to trade more than the other? Again, so the way I have this ES SPY, SPX, the Qs, and we're going to put gold over here, just like that. All right. I have Amazon on here just because, yesterday we had like a plus 30 point day on this, just using the signals as well. And I'll be watching this. It's kind of fun to trade. And these guys are just underperforming big time. But it doesn't mean we can't squeeze money out of it. So, and our last one is going to be Tesla, guys. So give me 1 second and we'll go over that. Yeah, let's go right here. We're going to put Tesla up here. Now, you're really lucky because I've been holding off on buying Tesla for like the last, 30 minutes. I would have made money here really quickly this morning. We had several buy signals, but again, I didn't feel like trading pre-market. I didn't want to send out alerts. I wanted to keep this together for all of us and be able to trade together today. So here we are on the 5-minute over here on the left-hand side. On the 3-minute, same thing, guys. I'm looking for it to get above the cloud if I'm bullish, and then short signals underneath the cloud. Just like that. And I just want to show you, concentrate right here on your middle screen. I want to show you guys what I'm talking about. So I started getting buy signals right here at 1066 this morning, and this would have been a really nice trade for me for 10 to 12 bucks before the market even opened. It was really straightforward. We're above the cloud. We got our buy signals, and that's pretty much it. This is what we want to see during regular market. Okay. All right, and I got some electronic chill music over here in the background. Hopefully you guys can't hear that. Nope. Okay, cool. Got our ES futures, ES big screen. All right, so besides any of those, I think we're just going to keep it at that. I really don't want to review anything else. This is my focus. My mind where I'm at right now, again, is 60 to 90 minutes on open. We have Ashley trading as well. And as soon as we come to probably after about 30 minutes of trading, she'll jump on the mic. She's got her mic on as well. And we'll just kind of talk, kind of hang out and speak. So some of you guys have the trendy merch, the merchandise, and we picked up these huge Yetis. I know a lot of you have the smaller ones. I wouldn't say small, they're still pretty big. But look at the size of this thing, man. It's like nuts. It looks like a big adult bottle, you know? And being out here on the water, or even if you like sports or something like that, these are great. And we don't sell these. We had people asking if we're selling them, but we just basically doing competitions and stuff like that. So pretty cool. All right, so one thing that we want to be looking for this morning, I want to show you real quick on a white screen. All right, on the whiteboard, let's go ahead and get over there, just like this. So the market's pulled back a little bit. All right, so candles, we got like a little bit of this action from yesterday's move. All right, and then the week it's just pretty much looked like something like this. Okay, and then we had that resistance line, we're going to make it red. That was like basically about right there. Okay, what you want to be looking for today, all right, is that once the market opens, smaller time frame, because really I think that they're going to, the money's going to be made really early in the day and maybe towards the end of the day. But I don't want to get caught up in chop. And again, I don't want to be in front of the screens all day. So what I'm going to be looking for is something like this. All right. And once that goes inside, then I'm looking for the inside and up. Okay, something like that. So nice rounding bottom there. All right. And then on my screen, like I said before, we have levels. Okay. So these levels just hypothetically could be anywhere like this. Once I go long, okay, I'm looking at trimming into these levels. All right. So again, trim into these, just like that. And let's say that your stop was under here. Then I'm just going to bring that stop up to under here and keep those profits. Okay. The downside, I'm a little hesitant on because I'm not bearish for one. And if anything, when the market pulls back, I'm actually looking for areas of support. Okay. So currently the market's down 6 points, which is about 60 cents on the SPY. Oil's down about 80 cents. And there's nothing that's really sticking out to me except for the fact that most of the equity, okay, most stocks are pretty flat. All right. You got Amazon up about $5 or so. And we'll see if China stocks go from red to green this morning. Some of them are like very slightly red, kind of flattened down. Hey Ash, can you turn on your mic just to see if it looks good? Just say good morning. Let's see if things are good. Yeah, it looks like you're good. I'm pretty sure you are. Yeah, you're definitely little. I heard the same, Mark. We'll see. That sounded, yeah, that that sounds better. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Cool. Good deal. Getting a little buy signal here on ES futures. 47.66. Let's see. What? Futures are always interesting, like right before the open. I love to trade them at night and when things are settled down a little bit. But I tell you what, if you're like trying to take them right before open, it can kind of ruin your morning if things don't go your way. So I really like try to stay away from trading futures right before the open. Oh, dang. That's terrible. Is the vacation, Mark, was it canceled due to like for COVID or for those reasons? Man, I'm hearing a lot of people here recently. We were talking about that over dinner last night, having to cancel their plans and families sick and especially up north. Oh, and by the way, just before we get started here, you know, we are definitely you need to be paying attention to your trendy neutral strategy. Okay, very, very important. So So SPY, Qs, DIA, IWM. The top line is your resistance. Your bottom line is support. Basically, if you're between those, just stay pretty neutral. Again, I'll be looking for buy and sell signals, but this is the bigger picture. And you could see this week, by the way, worked out very well if you took the trade over the neutral, which many of us did. And then same thing with the Qs. Taking the trade over the neutral got you all the way into target two. We almost hit target three on DIA and then IWM into target two. Oh, you opted out. Gotcha. Uh-huh. Yep, for sure. Nice little sideways open here. All right, guys. So about 4 more minutes. I'm just checking out, scanning here. Like I said, pretty flat. Let's look at Bitcoin just really quick. I'm gonna pull my chart up here. I've been waiting to trade some futures. And I'm waiting for this green box down here. But you can see the trendy edge worked really well if you want to trade it from the bottom there. I mean, if it starts going bid today over, 48,725, then we could see a move into 50 and a half by close. So, hey babe, can you do me a favor and grab the air conditioner and not grab it, but yeah, just turn it off. I think it's about to start snowing in here. Way too cold. All right, and don't forget, we'll probably only just be around about 60 to 90 minutes, unless, things are just fun and we're having a great time, then we'll stick around a little bit longer. But it's 74 degrees here. It's really warm. Um, I should really take out the jet skis for New Year's Eve. I think that'd be cool. Yeah, GS, this is really warm for here, man. It's not usually in the 70s in January, December. It was a lot colder last year. Actually, when we went to Maui last year, remember when we left? We had a freeze, but that was in February. High 50s. Wow. Give me 1 second. So we're about to open, right? We're not going to rush in and do anything crazy, but I'm going to pull up. I'm going to actually pull up, I'm going to look at gold. Like to the downside, or it just popped really quick. It's going to be really choppy. So, oh, really? All right, our Disney came back yesterday. We made a little bit of money, but like I was telling you guys yesterday, I am putting stops on Disney today, so please know that. Like it's what? Oh yeah, nice one. Good. Gold slight pullback. Gold, nice pop there. Yep, yep. So it was like a small buy the dip, kind of like we talked about. Now we're just gonna have to wait for it to come in just a tad, just like yesterday, right? Oh, and yesterday, guys, I was trimming out of that FXI. That was a big trade. But trimming out of that, we have 168 days in FXI, but I want to actually buy into 2023, believe it or not. So, how the queue's looking over there? Is she? Pelosi's in Disney? I didn't know that. That's funny. Well, let's get this stock going, baby. All right, Amazon here. I want to see it pull back a little bit, and then I might try to take it with a small stop. I'm gonna wait for those buy signals though. Let's see, what do we got here? Daily. Let me put this on a 5. There it goes right there. A lot of these look like they want round numbers, right? Like for example, 3,400 on Amazon. And the question is like, how long do they take? They just kind of go sideways all day. All right, there goes Amazon. Again, nice little pull. Still waiting. Trying to stay patient. All right, guys. So, not much to do yet. See, Disney looking pretty good. FXI. We have PayPal as well, longer term. We bought that yesterday, about 50 days out. You getting anything over there? Nope. So we're still not doing anything. Gonna just stay really patient here. SPX still underneath the cloud. SPY with a chaotic candle on open. We're gonna wait for it to come in. We did get a buy signal on the SPY on the 1 minute, but I'm gonna wait for it to come in just a tad. And I'm gonna move these away so I can view them on all of our charts. We'll let you guys know if I take anything, plus you'll see it immediately. There's Amazon's pullback. See, guys, no buy or sell signals, so no trade for me yet. Have to be very strict. Not easy to do, believe me. Not easy to do. But in most cases, will save you. Baba, nice pull. AMD with a really nice move. They might they might make us sit around and wait all day, which I'm not going to do. Oh, that's a 4 hour. Bless you. All right, hey Matt, I'm getting a small buy signal, but I'm not going to do anything there. That's a 1 minute. All right, I'm taking a little bit of SPY here, guys. Just a starter. I'm going off this inside and up here. Just small. We'll see if it gets going. If we get some kind of confirmation, then I'll start adding on it. I'm in equity right now. Stock. Sorry. But you wait for let's see, what's AMD still looking pretty good. I'm gonna come over here and take a look at it really quick. Amazon pretty boring. Gold is attractive. I feel an AC/DC going on here, guys. All right, if you haven't noticed, we got an AC/DC. This is more like longer term though. So even though it's 0 DTE, I'm thinking longer term for gold. Is it? Yeah, just a tad. So choppy. you know, already. We're only about 12 minutes in, so. All right. Oh, really? Mm-hmm. The first 30 minutes is gonna be really choppy, I think. Could be even an hour. So that's why we use starters. Tesla came up and smacked that D cell and just look at it. It's absolutely flat. What's that? Okay. I like this gold. Starting to look better. Let's see if we can get over this accelerator here. I think I'm gonna buy a little bit of time with it though. I don't think I want to do zero DTE, you know? Let's go through here. So Bitcoin, don't want to do anything still. Amazon, small pool. Gold. Gold is probably the most attractive thing. Qs pulling back as well. Did you take that sell signal on the Qs? Gotcha. Oh, you did jump into those shorts? Got it. SPY's down about 40 cents or so. So not doing anything yet. We started about a buck ago. All right. So you came right into a level here. So you're going to see a bounce. Uh, yeah. You got 22% on that? Did you close? It looks kind of angry. Let's see. There it goes. I was looking over here. Something popped up on my YouTube, and it was an ad. I'm like, is that my chart? So I added on that little dip down there. I'm trying to see if we can get a little cost basis, see if this thing will start running. And then I'm about to trim here. All right, so we trimmed. So our cost base is now 476.06. And I'm going to try to trim again at 476.06 if we can get it up there. Basically what I did, just so you guys can see. All right, so we came right down into the trendy edge, folks, and I added right there. I'm just gonna, there we go. Now we're actually positive. Our cost basis is 475.83, but we'll see if we can keep getting up here a little bit. We need this level right here to hold. On SPY. I added on that dip. We came right into the trendy edge there. I think it's just a matter of being patient. You know, if, as far as stops are concerned, maybe like 475. Come on, baby. Let's get through there. All right, guys, trimmed again, and now I'm at original entry. Sorry, original allocation. Average price is 475.83. No. That's weird. Can you scroll over it? All right, look how beautiful that trendy edge held up right there. Now we just need to break through this cloud here. Let me go over here to Amazon and see what's going on. Gold can't get over the accelerator, so I'm not gonna do anything there. All right, guys. So far, just one trade, SPY. I gave it a little bit, and then it came down into the trendy edge, and then I added here, and now we're starting to get a buy signal again. All right. So I'm gonna buy again, and just know that this can go away, and this is a small time frame. And then come on, let's get past this first arrow here. This is what we're gonna do. Check this out. Let's see, AMAT. That's a buy signal. Right here is our target for right now. Okay, and then we're gonna trim there if we can. Come on, baby. Come on, come on. You're almost there. Red to white. There you are, red to green. Let's go. Come on, get off there. I'm on SPY. Yeah. Yeah. Just give it a few minutes. Do one. What's that? Yeah. Uh-huh. Well, we're getting another buy signal. These are all small time frames, so we're just, pretty much quick trades right now. So we can start to see something a little bit better. Amazon, same formations. Okay, you got a buy signal, small time frame on the Qs. The Amazon start going here in a few minutes. One dip, then rip. All right, guys, I'm gonna freshen up, get my coffee ready here. Really? Oh yeah. Yeah. So the Thinkorswim here, if you're watching SPY, QZIA, IWM using the neutral strategy, We are, we're just bumping up against that second target, 476.97, 473. 0.42 is the support down here. You can see that we're still underneath the cloud. Once we break above 476.97, I think this is where I would want to personally take options and put some real money into this. But in the meantime, we're just going to stay patient. I'm going to create an alert right here. And I hope it's not one of those days where, it's after everybody leaves that they decide they want to start, doing something. But if I was in charge of the market, that's probably what I would do. So, all right. So Q's just came right back down to the neutral strategy and then, started to bounce here. So remember what was resistance, right? In the beginning of the week is now support. And that 405.36, we looked for that target that worked. And then on DIA, we're just kind of sitting at the trendy edge. And then on IWM is looking pretty good. I mean, you're making lower highs, but it is up a buck, so you can't be mad. Yeah, let's put that there. So one thing I'll tell you guys when you're trying to trade a name outside of the ETFs, right? Let's say that you're looking at Tesla or you're looking at Amazon. All right. It's important, in my opinion, you're not only looking at the name itself, but here at Trendy Trading, you should be using your blueprint, all right, for the Qs. And if the Qs are coming into a support level, then I'm not wanting to short something. That's just me. All right. We'll see. I mean, if you got a short signal, let's take a look real quick. It still looks good, you know, still breaking down a little bit. It's just, overall, this pattern is what we're seeing across the entire market. Believe me, there are traders, Ashley, left and right, getting slayed. This is just part of the game for a little bit, while you're learning. Gotcha. Yeah, and also my blueprint on Tesla came right into support, and that's where you found that bounce this morning. Yeah. That's why you got to be careful, right? That's why you got to have a plan before you get in, for sure. Starts to go against you, a trader can basically freak out very quickly. Mm-mm-mm. Well, we picked the most boring day, right? I wouldn't say the most boring day. The whole week has been pretty sideways. overall, I had some good trades, had some trades that didn't work out. Some of the trades that didn't work out this week were, let's see, well, Baba worked out. Basically, I put some partial profits into a lotto for today or something that I thought could happen, but so far has not happened. How's your Tesla looking? Flat? I think if you break below 1065, you could get a really nice move here into 57 and 51. Let's see. I'm going to buy back the middle of my butterfly, folks, on my butterfly on SPX. Okay. See what happens here. See if we can start moving here later on in the session. So basically, let me just show you really quick. So on SPX, I had a butterfly. So those levels really quick. This was yesterday. It was pretty inexpensive. Um, I just want to show you. I do this quite a bit, especially with debit spreads. But I had the 48, 10, 20, and 30. Okay. So let's just write that out really quick. 48, 10, 48, 20, and the 48, 30s. All right, and so what happens is if you just do one contract, you would be plus one this, okay? And then you are minus two this, and then you are plus one right here, okay? So when I buy these back, I go in here and I just basically buy these back. You do plus two, and it cancels this, okay? So now in your account, in my account, all I'm holding are the 4810s and the 4830s. Okay. So what I look for, and I've explained this in my videos on the educational video side as well, is that I'm looking for those 4810s to come down to a very attractive price. And that's why I buy back the inside. Okay. And then I look for these to run into the end of the day. They're super inexpensive. And then I just kind of leave that on. Okay. All right. So here's the SPX. Let's go. And let's see here. Amazon not doing anything. Gold's trying, Tesla, all of these things just kind of sideways, folks. All right, there goes SPX though. That's exactly what we wanted to see. So the other day when we did this, we bought back at $1.20, and these things went over $4. As you can see, I'm very chill, very chill. Just kind of staying patient. You know, you've been around the market long enough, you understand that a lot of this stuff starts looking the same. If you pick the right allocation, you're not over trading, then I believe it makes trading that much easier. All right, and those were 70 cents when we bought them back, and they're going for $1 now. And I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna get a little bit of hot coffee, and then I'll be back. Man, so choppy. All right, guys. So let's see here. Not much to report on at all. Let's see. Gold, not doing anything. Tesla, kind of break it down. You might get something. I feel like there could be a catalyst here shortly. Am I stopped out at SPY yet? Nope, hardly. Just kind of flat. Oh, the algos heard me. We'll see. All right, guys. So not as exciting as I thought today would be. It feels like something that's going to come into later in the year. I think you all know that like Ashley's been by my side for several weeks now, and it just kind of started like with, hey, you know, you want to trade with me? And she knows trading pretty well because basically that's my conversation almost all of the time. So she can definitely speak the lingo and understand everything that I talk about, whether it be the edges, about our scripts, about buying, selling, puts, calls, debit spreads, all that fun stuff. So I said, hey, why don't you, come in the mornings and join me? And that's what she's been doing for weeks, and she's been very profitable doing so. Um, I think out of our entire journey, she's had one mistake, and that was on SPX. So that probably means, for 3 weeks, she's been profitable almost every single day. Even days when I'm not profitable, she is. And what it all comes down to, in my opinion, is that she is just trading off the signals. So she's not trading off of emotion. She's not trading something she thinks about. Like she has no interaction with Twitter, with news, any of that stuff. She just knows, hey, I gave her an assignment. It was to look at charts. I give her the names to look at every morning, and then she just watches the buy and sell signals, and then she just executes those. Um, I would say, other than that, it's pretty straightforward, right, Ashley? I mean, yeah, yeah, and I think that anybody would agree with you. Everybody understands Murphy's Law here. So it's especially when it comes to the market. So, and quite frankly, on days like this, I think you can be wrong definitely on both sides. So, whether you're taking calls or puts, I think that people would have a hard time today. So, we started with this broad market analysis last weekend, and we said specifically selling call credit spreads was the way to go. And I really stand behind that going into this week. I think that was the best approach by far. So, not an easy year, summing up 2021. It's probably been, in my opinion, one of the hardest years I've ever traded. And I keep hearing that same thing across the board with so many traders. I know that many traders out there have done very poorly this year. Many have given up. On one hand, looking back at what's kept me in the game this year, and it's, being very transparent, it's a catch 22 is that I've been primarily very high on the cash side almost this entire year. And I know that like one of my really good trading friends would say, John, there were a couple times through the year, man, you shouldn't have been that high on your cash. And I would have to agree with them, you know. So I was really cautious into this year and felt like things were really skewed, and we go back to March, April timeframe when the skew was something that we've been using for many, many years. And when the skew was high, we were supposed to be cautious, and it always worked very well. And this past year, when the skew was high, the market was still melting up, and it's something we had never seen on the skew charts. So it was something new. And I was studying it, and by the time that I felt like we were getting it down, it would show us a different side. And again, the skew is that where the hedge funds feel like there's risk on, risk off, standard two deviations in the market, and those were skewed. The skew was actually skewed this year. The P call didn't make much sense from a weekly or daily perspective. The fear and greed, it was pretty in line, but overall, the market was not easy. And I think you all would agree. You look at your ETFs and things are at all-time highs, but we have stocks out there, folks, that are down 50, 60, 70% this year. So again, a lot of traders, you'll see that they're using, I see that same picture out there, that meme where it's like, the market is basically being held up by like four or five stocks, right? That's kind of the thing that's going on right now. That's the trend. Everybody's talking about it. And so whether you look into that or not, the point is that the market was not easy. Okay. Now, I will tell you though, being consistent in trading doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be profitable, but to be able to manage and maintain what you have in your money without losing all of it is really highly dependent upon having a plan. And every single day I come in, I give you guys a market update, how I feel uh, about what's going to happen on the day. I have a plan, I have a focus, and I try my best to stick to that. So, and I think that's really, really helped me not to have to go back to the ATM. So, you know, next year I'm looking forward to 2022. I'll tell you like some of my things that I'm looking forward to doing is being less involved, meaning I don't want to have so many trades on. And I'm going to give you guys like different things that I've noticed with some of the traders that I look up to and kind of what they're telling me. And that is, a lot of people are looking at the market like, hey, a lot of things are down. We should be accumulating shares and getting ready, to take profits in 2022, 23. I will, over the weekend, be putting together my chart for 2023, like where I believe the ES futures will go. And I think this is the third year running that I've done this, and it's been almost to the T. And so I'm very proud of that. This one is going to take a little bit more focus, I think. But let me see if we can bring that up really quick. Let's do this one right here. We're going to do the ES. We're going to look at the monthly. And this was my 2021 outlook of December, and just kind of talk through this and see if there's anything else that we can kind of find just really quick. So this is an inside and up, which is very bullish. Okay. We started with this plan back in December of 2020. We left the original lines on here, and you could see it worked out very, very well. This was the inception of the rally. This is where I expected us to go sideways. These were the targets that I expected, and this is where I literally projected our extension for 2021. And as you can see, it's actually quite spectacular that we are literally sitting right at the level that I gave you back in a year ago. So, this is going to be fun. It's going to be a if this, then that scenario with projection targets. What I will tell you is that we have, some demand down here, down towards 43.22 and even towards 38.63. From a monthly perspective, this is just an inside up, and we could continue higher, into 2022. Another important chart to look at is going to be your quarterly chart. All right. And so your quarterly chart can tell you a lot as well. And I'm going to be pulling from this to get an idea of where this market is actually going. One thing that I will tell you is that through this whole entire time, see this candle right here? tricks you for a minute. This is not an inside candle. We have not had an inside candle, okay? Look at this. It's been a very, very long time. Okay, matter of fact, it's been all the way back here, back in 2018. All right, we don't get very many buy signals from the trendy scripts on here through the quarter. All right, but when we do, you can see that it pays very nicely. This was our last one. All right, we are extended from the quarterly 9 EMA, and price does like to come back and test this 9 EMA. Okay, and we are extended, folks. We are extended. So you can see once again, our old target, which used to be resistance, could be support going into the next 2 years. All right. So this is kind of what I'm looking for a long-term idea that price could be coming back to here. And of course, for our members, I teach around this and we know what to look for in advance before something like this were to happen. At the moment, I'm not seeing that. We're going to have to wait for another candle or so, but we will be projecting some of these great targets going into 2023. Okay. Your Tesla is just probably killing premium at this time, right? Yeah. So everybody's kind of looking for a bigger move. I kind of feel at this time, it's almost been an hour that the market is, if I were in charge of the market, that's what I always say. What would I do? People are leaving. The bond market's closing today. People are ready to celebrate. If anything, they run it sideways while most traders are looking, and towards the end of the day, they might do something when most people are not. So this is where we could put OCOs on. We can just kind of manage or monitor if an alert goes off. But from here, yeah. Yeah, and even so, even with the sell and the buy signals, I feel like the risk to reward is not really there. You know, I just don't feel like you're getting the moves that you want on either side of this. So it's just, there's a time when there's good trading and there's a time where it's not. And I think right now it's just one of those times where whether you're on the put or call side, you're just kind of you're at the mercy of time. Time is the variable. So yeah, Mark, it is an overhead expense for sure, losing, right? But we do want to keep that tuition cost down, right? That's for sure. Yeah, for sure. See, HD's up again. Not quite where I want it, but that's okay. This FXI, I'm like, do I really want to buy 2023? Like, will I hold that long? No. I think I'm okay with 170 days. But I think they're hosting Olympics in 2023. Is that right? Can somebody confirm? I'm pretty sure. Anybody know? I think right off the top of my head. And so I would think that would boost. Okay. So that has a lot to do with my position here, guys. So it's very long term. But 2023 could get these a little bit, I'm thinking of the 40s. Let's look at FXI just really quick. There we go. And you could see we did really well on this trade, but I do think we head back down. And I think what I'll do is wait for us to possibly, get in this 33 region again and then buy for this 42 by 50 area. Or I could sell some calls against it and make it a debit. Yeah, so FXI, maybe 2023 possibly. Right now I'm 170 days out. I'm trying to think. We, I took profits yesterday, and then left some here, but I'm trying to figure out if I want to sell some calls against it or close and then wait for a pullback into 33.23. I think I'm just gonna hold for right now. And they're not down, but let's look at PayPal really quick. I bought about 50 days out yesterday. All right. This is my plan right here. Still looking pretty good. I think we just close on an inside week, and then we'll be looking for an inside and up into next week, possibly into 200. So I'll probably add into this trade shortly. When did Autumn and them fly out today? I think they. What time do you guys fly out today? My girls are in New York. They went to Wall Street yesterday. I thought that was super cool. Took pictures of the bull for me. I cannot believe how packed it is there. Such a different lifestyle from where we are in there. All right, no hype here. I mean, obviously, like nothing going on. Um, Getting another sell signal there on Tesla, but I'm gonna hang it up here soon. Like far as like, it's no reason to be streaming right now. I think actually I'm gonna go out there and fish for a few minutes. How's your day shaping up? Anybody do anything that's watching? Any of you guys in the stream? Mike, Natalie, Erica, Kamar, Jennifer? Any of you guys trading anything today? Okay. Erica, did you try to buy the dip or anything like that? My stops are, let's see, just so you know, they're pretty, you know, they're like down there around 474 right now. Because I'm trying to let the market do its thing. It's acting really wonky. There's no trend, so my stop's a little bit wider. And it was a starter when we added, and then we started trimming, but not impressive. Got a spy call. Gotcha. Small positions. Good. Well, that's good. I mean, at least you guys aren't going nuts here. Or somebody probably woke up this morning and was like, it's a new year, I'm gonna make $1 million. Not me. It is flat as a pancake out there. I mean, literally. Except for Baba, down 4. My PFE's up almost $1. It's not bad. Matter of fact, I need to buy just a little bit more PFE, guys. Give me 1 second. I need to even out some stuff really quick. So, there we go. And so I got the 18 February 210s on PayPal that I bought yesterday. It's only a Delta 26. I thought they were pretty inexpensive, but this is a starter position here. For some people, that might be expensive. Go buy a little bit more time. On PFE, yeah, let's go over that really quick. So this is a long-term position, right? So I just want to hold it. Um, I talked about it the other day, so it's a bit extended. That's my only concern from the trendy edge and the cloud. So you do have the possibility of if price breaks down below 58.60, that we could pull back into 54. Okay, so just know that. So these are just, am I going to, I'm not going to add big size until I start getting some confirmation. Confirmation would start happening over 61 for a bigger move, but that still puts us extended. You know what I mean? So it almost feels like, a perfect scenario. And my idea is that it kind of do something like this and then pop. Okay. And then this is going to finally catch up. And then we get a flush into it. And then we start to move back up. Then I'll feel better. Okay. Does that make sense? So we only have two, I only have, sorry, two main positions on swing with options. So I just want to go over that really quick. I only have FXI and I have PayPal right now. PayPal is a starter. All right, just with a few contracts here, probably just over $1,000 or so. And then FXI, that was a larger position, and I trimmed away most of them, and I still have probably just under 1,000 in that, which is really small for my account right now. And today, just kind of messing around, we bought some SPY. I have a stop on that down towards 474, and then uh, I have Amazon spreads. Okay, and those I would consider, lower probability, but we're looking for a possibility of a run into earnings. I bought February. Give me 1 second here. Let's get Amazon really quick. Yeah, February 1st, and I have 18 February calls. Uh, Spreads, so debit spreads. Okay, so 49 days out. So I'm trying to see if we get us a nice little run here. And my cost basis, I want to say, is around like $1.15 for these. So those are huge payout if we end up getting a move soon. Just like the rest of the market, though, although we've been consolidating for quite some time, and a lot of traders feel like this should be the breakout. I'm still skeptical, and that's why I'm coming into it with spreads. I feel like the thing that I don't like is just like today's chart and just like the quarterly chart I showed you on ES is that we have pockets of buy signals, buy zones, demand, support. Okay, and although we're flagging here and things are looking pretty good and kind of sideways, these two green arrows down here are definitely things that, have my attention. And it's funny because that's what the bigger part of the market looks like to me as well is if this and that. If we break below this foundation that we're creating here, then we come back all the way into this area. Okay. And so it's really important that we start to build some sort of higher highs up here. But these topping wicks that we're experiencing, this is the issue. There's just this selling pressure keeping price down into the year end right now. So I just don't think you get uh, anything big right now, you know? So. ATR, what are your thoughts, man? Are you on here? I don't see him on here. See what he says. New year, new ATR.